Hello everybody, I didn't know I was going to come on this evening, but I decided to. My friend, she came in from Belize and I want to cook her something to eat, and so we decided we would have chicken Alfredo. So I'm going to make the Alfredo sauce first. So let me get my pan, and then I need a half cup of butter. And as you know, I use the homemade butter, but I'm going to use the challenge butter today, so I don't have to mess with it. So let's get our half a cup of butter. I'm going to put it in this ironstone pan and start it out that way. I'll put that half a cup of butter in. Then I want to add 1.5 cups of heavy cream to that. Let's turn our fire on. And I'm pretty sure I bought the smaller cream, but I know I'm pretty sure it'll be enough. If it's 1 cup, okay, we can deal with it, but I think it's 1.5 cups just exactly. There's 1. And there's 1/2. So there's our 1.5 cups of the heavy whipping cream. And while that's starting to get a little warm, you don't want to turn that up too high. Just about 2.5, 3, 4. Just trying to get this butter melted with the cream. We're just going to simmer that, so we'll let that sit there. And then I'm going to cut open the chicken. This is $3.49 a pound, and we'll take that out. Let's look at it. Kind of still a little froze. We probably won't need all of that. Let's just do 4 breasts, 4 thighs, and we'll put that in the ice box. I'm going to get a little bit of this celery so I won't forget it when I get it. I'm going to cut a little bit of that off just for flavor. I'll wash it. Got the onions. I see that's already melted. That butter starting to melt with that cream already. Alright, I'm going to let this melt and I'll get this prepped and I'll be back. I went ahead and put my bow tie pasta in my water, and I just put a little salt in that pan so that we can get that kind of going. And some viewer wrote in about they thought you had to start your water to boil before you put your pasta in, and I explained to them no, when it's a dried pasta like these were and they're not fresh, then you can start it in cold water or hot water, whatever water you want to. There's no, but if it's you're making fresh butter noodles or fresh pasta, then you want it to get gelatinous, but you're going to need to get your butter boiling with your salt before you add any fresh pastas, so it has time to set once it hits that water. With this, you want it to rehydrate, and it takes time. So we've got that going there. Got our pasta going. Now we've got our butter and heavy cream, and we'll let that simmer over low heat for about, a minute, 2 minutes. So that's what you're trying to get that to simmer. Okay, so we got that going. I'll be back in just a second. Let me get the herbs. Okay, I got this simmered for 2 minutes, and I decided instead of using fresh garlic, I need to do something kind of easy this evening. So I'm going to just put in my garlic powder into my chopper, mortar and pestle, and then I'm going to put in the Italian seasoning. Let's see, probably a half a teaspoon of Italian seasoning, about a half a teaspoon of salt, 1/4 teaspoon of pepper. I'm gonna get my salt. A little bit of salt. I just have those flakes right now. That will work just fine. Just fine. And I know y'all are thinking, well, he's making Parmesan Alfredo. Yeah, I am, but I'm doing it with those bow tie pastas. I'm not doing it with the regular Alfredo noodle. Okay. Got those fresh herbs chopped up, and then we'll get this. This is already simmering, and I took it off for a second. Usually you want to do all this and then whisk it off and then add your fresh Parmesan, and I'm going to, today we're going to use our powdered just the Parmesan cheese. I'm doing everything easy today. Easy, easy. Let's stir our noodles, and see those already fluffing up, getting fine. We'll just let them boil. Now we'll get this back up to a little bit of simmer. Make sure the butter's incorporated with the cream. Okay, lay this over here and get me a little baby whisk. I need a baby whisk. Okay, I'm trying to add just a hair to get it kind of going. Nothing to make an Alfredo sauce. Usually I use freshly grated Parmesan, but I'm not tonight. This is fine. Well, that's starting to boil, see. That's okay. Now we'll put our herbs in. Just that in there. Put our herbs in there. A lot of times I'll add let me get a little Parmigiano, a little parsley, just because it's eye appealing in it. Now this says 2 cups of Parmesan, so we're going to put in about a cup. I don't want 2 cups. I want to do a cup. And stir that in. We'll see, but that should thicken. And it is. Starting to thick. Okay, that's all there is to Alfredo sauce. So you got your half a cup of butter, 1.5 cup of whipping cream, about 2 tablespoons of garlic minced, or I used garlic powder today. That 1/2 teaspoon of Italian seasoning, 1/2 teaspoon of salt, 1/4 teaspoon of pepper, and then 2 cups of ground Parmesan cheese. But with the powdered Parmesan, I just use a cup to a cup and a half, and you can, because that has a thickener in that. Unlike regular Parmigiano. Has chef's ability, which I don't like to use all that, but we are today because I couldn't get the regular Parmesan, and I'm not going to grate it. So there's our Alfredo sauce. We'll set that right back here till we get ready to incorporate that. Put our skillet here. Let's give it a little avocado oil. Put that in our pan. Turn it up. Y'all, I hate not being able to use my backhand skillet, but I just can't. I'm going to chop that celery. Chop that celery. Put that in that oil. Avocado oil. Get that, turn that up to where it'll get to going. Take a little red onion. Not a whole lot, but I have that one. We'll use it. This chicken, I'm just gonna, it's already been deboned, so we're gonna just cut it. Making a nice thing sharpening, but I don't have time to stop and do it. Yeah, I'm gonna sharpen it. Maybe I can just do this right now. Get that color. Put some salt, pepper. That chicken will cook down and you'll be glad you used all 3 pieces. It looks like a lot, but when you get it reduced down, it'll be just about what you need. Of course, I used a whole box of noodles, and that was probably too many, but we can always use them for a vinegar, bow tie vinegar salad, vegetable salad. These little pans, granite pans, really cook that up good, quick. I'm going to get us a lid. The lid on there. I'm going to get this mess cleaned up and I'll talk to you in a little bit. Okay, y'all, I forgot to put in my rosemary, so we're going to do it now. Have a lot going on, y'all know that. Some days I wonder if I'm washing or hanging out, because I don't know. I just washed the dishes, and I got to get my spoon dirty again. That's alright. That chicken's frying up really nice. Turn that off. Turn that off, brother. This, let me pull this over here and see about these. They're nice. Nicey nice. What I'm going to do is turn that burner on off, because I let that get over there. Messy mess, Billy Jean is a mess. That's the way I always do. But that's life. It's life. So I'll let that sit there. And that'll go ahead and sting them. Let me get my other lid. Where's my lid? Where's my lid? I don't know. I'll get another one out of the back down here. That's one thing I have plenty of is lids. That one I had on my egg pan this morning when I fried my little egg. Mama don't eat eggs very often. So once we get that going, we may add some more Parmesan, and that'll thicken that up some more. On our noodles, I'll put butter, and then I put the Parmesan on them, as y'all know that I do. So now we're gonna, let me see, I've got to make another dish for my friend that she wants. So it will be summer sausage and vegetables, and that's what we're going to do. So I'll be back, get this cleaned up. Pull that chicken off, and I just now put it in the bow tie. I just want that all to sit there and marry. It's a good chicken recipe. So now what I'll do is I'll show you. I'll get some more challenge butter. About 4 pats. Challenge. Mix that in there. Get that down in there. Let that melt. Let that melt. Sure smells so good. Now, more salt. Just salt to taste. And pepper to taste. Put that butter down in there. The main thing. Now, what I always do is I take my same Parmesan powder and I put the other put about a half cup. Like that. Go ahead and mix that in with my let that kind of coat those noodles in neat. For an easy, quick meal, this is good. You can make it with your kids. You can make it with grandma. You can make it with whoever. Now we'll check our that's still warm. But once we get that on there, that'll be creamy and good. Messy, messy. Messy, messy, Billie Jean. I'll put some more. That looks like I need some more in there to make it. I just love Parmesan. Always have. That's all we used to have as a child was that kind of Parmesan. We didn't have regular good Parmesan. I didn't taste that till I went to Europe. Okay. So there is our Alfredo sauce with pasta and chicken. I'm not going to call it chicken Alfredo, but it is. It's chicken Alfredo. It's just not your bow tie pasta. And I went ahead and used all that pasta because once this cools, it'll coat those noodles and they'll be really good. I've always found out that when you make something like this the next day, it always gets better and better. All right. Wish y'all was here to eat with us. We'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.